I have a question that relates a little bit to our in-flying question there about better? Yeah, I have a question that relates to the incoming thing there about achieving objectivity in the quality assurance measurement. I'm over 37. I actually, some of you also over 37, very few I'm sure, may also recall that I had the, let's call it, pleasure of driving the group that actually created the very first Visa QA model. So I was very interested to hear that a couple of you guys here, and I also know other people in the audience, are using the Visa QA model. And my question is really, we set out to try to do exactly that, to achieve a higher level of objectivity when it comes to assessing quality. Do you find that in your implementations of the Visa QA model, you are actually achieving that?
Yeah, I'm just in the beginning, and if you saw my new workflow, and I was talking to some people last night about this. With this approach using vendor to vendor, they're asking me, well, what do you do about, cannibalism? You have your other vendor grading your first vendor, and they might be really, really mean because they believe they're going to get the business. So there goes your objective down the drain. And I said, before I started this, I have regional vendors, just like Eva. And what I told them was, I don't care how badly you grade the other vendor. You are not going to get those languages. So you gain nothing from being mean to the other vendor. If they're failing and failing and failing, guess what? I'm going to do a new RFP and I'm going to bring a new vendor for that region. And I can tell you a year from now, I can't tell you now, but I hope that's going to work.
Yeah, it's definitely been working for us, and because we know about metrics at Xerox, we definitely also are required to track it and monitor it. So it's definitely been successful for us. The only reason why we developed our own, although it is heavy days again on the Visa QA, I believe it was because of a problem with CKJ, with the Asian languages that wouldn't run, the Visa model doesn't run in the Windows version. So there were some reasons why we decided to develop our own based on our specific needs, but it definitely has been working for us, and also, like I mentioned, with our translation suppliers as well.
We've seen a lot of the localization budgets from customers for quality assurance go into back translation in the last few years. And I know that Richard and Cleo mentioned it yesterday, especially for more compliance projects. But I was wondering if any of you has used back translation as a way to measure quality, and how efficient do you think it is if you have?
For us, at least in our experience, not as much, and partly because, as Cleo mentioned, the cost of doing that is sometimes very, very high. So our clients will go for that. Having said that, though, in certain industries like healthcare, where when you're dealing with patient information, and we actually required to attest or certify for the accuracy of the translation, then in those cases we would have a process, but we don't use it as much.
Because we only do IT, we don't do back translation at all. I don't believe in it. I understand as well how it has to be done for medical purposes, but I don't think it makes any sense for IT. It's a costly waste of time.
we only do it for legal. They're paranoid, so they want to do back translation. But have you ever stumbled upon a website that's called Translation Party? Anybody? Well, if you have a chance, go there. They do back-to-back translation. So you type any phrase you want, and it's Japanese to English, and then they start back translation, until it evens out. And whatever you put in the beginning, then you get something completely different, and it's really, really entertaining. So I'm not a big believer in that translation either.
From the moment that different companies, in Argentina we have a huge issue with quality of source. Like there's so many translators out there, and not everyone is good, so I don't really know sometimes how they graduate. But, and that's very mean. So, thing is, from the moment that we have different opinions, like different companies have different, we belong to a group called Translating Argentina, which is a club, yes, Renato, but we're trying to change that. From the moment that the members of Translating Argentina have different opinions about the different vendors that we share many times, it is subjective. So it's a question of relationship with the vendor and the company and what is expected from their clients and stuff like that. That's my comment. So my question is, do you punish vendors when they have errors and in their purchase orders, for example, or with money or with whatever, discounts or things like that?
I think I punished a vendor because I got rid of the vendor. It was too much bad quality. So I think that's, you give feedback. We also, starting with Eva, building these quarterly meetings, and I continue doing so. When you don't see growth, you don't see it going anywhere. But not on a project basis. We're VeriSign. We don't have that kind of power. Like our projects are not that huge in volume that if you lose us, oh my gosh, you lose like 1/3 of your revenue as a vendor. So
we don't have it specified contractually, and we rarely do it. But it has happened to us a few times that the quality was so bad that we had to rewrite the content. Our reviewers had to basically redo the translation. It created some delays, and we asked the vendor for a price discount on that particular project.
You didn't impose it, you asked for it.
Yes, yeah. But the message was clear. And given that we do have the power that unfortunately Silvia doesn't have, we do have a pretty decent volume. They'd rather give up the money on one project than keep us unhappy.
Well, that's usually like the response. Like, we don't impose, but we do suggest. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a question of words.
Yeah.
I was just going to add that it depends on the type of budget that you have. It depends on the type of error and how much of a problem it is for us. But I would also like to mention that Katia was asking about insurance and this and that. And in the 40 years that Xerox has had this department, that has never assumed a translation supplier. However, Xerox is liable and assumes full responsibility of the quality of the translation. So although we don't necessarily will require it from our suppliers, we are, whenever we sign your contract, are taking full accountability for that. So we have to be very, very careful. Like I said, we measure the suppliers' performance not only in the quality of the output, but also